I truly believe we are all equal as human beings. If we are obsessed with something and we truly pursue our passion with everything we have, regardless of anything else, if you are obsessed, work hard, put in the time, you will succeed. And that is a philosophy that I carry, my coaches carry. And to see LeBron James, who's like a mega superstar over here and a phenomenal athlete, share that belief is inspiring right back to me. It shows that we are thinking correct. You know, this is hard work. This is an obsession. Nothing can beat hard work. If you're doing something and you're not interested or you have no passion for it, you should truly follow your passion. Yeah, I mean, I had many days on site. It's cold, it's damp, it's dark, and I'm looking around at everyone else, and it is not a good. But not that if you're passionate about that, then that's okay. But for me, it just wasn't the life I wanted to live. And I remember during one lunch break, I was in the car park and it was pissing rain down, and I just said to myself, there was some music playing, and it was like there wasn't even words to it. It was just a kind of a beat, and I got like I went somewhere with it, and I was like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna just drive out of this building, so I head home and pursue this dream of becoming a world champion in mixed martial arts, and that's what I did. I drove home, and when I got home, my mother and father said, "How come you're not still at work?" And I said, "I'm never gonna go back to that site another day in my life." And then I was gonna go and do this. I was gonna put everything into it, and although they didn't understand it at that time, through hard work, through dedication, they saw what I was pursuing, and they supported me, and I done it. Society tells you, growing up, you should fantasize about kicking a ball and dream about that, but it didn't really interest me. I tried to maybe pretend that I was interested in it, but really kicking a ball straight into a net is pretty cool. But what happens if someone runs up behind me and hits me 2 shots into the mouth? Then it ain't so cool. So that was in my head as a young kid.
You were a paranoid young man.
I was aware. I had a self-defense mind. I was aware. Where I come from and where I grew up, you had to be aware. You had to be able to defend yourself. So that's how I got into it.
Were your parents supportive of you becoming a professional fighter?
You know, my Irish mothers will support you no matter what you do. My father always jokes that I could be doing anything and my mother would still be my biggest fan. So
not your father though?
My father was unaware of what the game was, what the sport was. Before me, there was no Irishman that had succeeded in the UFC. There was no one. I could not look to my mother and father and say, "Look at this Irishman, look at his successful fighting career," because there was no one before me. So I was the first one. I had to convince them what I was going to do. But as far as my father was concerned, I was just fighting in a cage and with no career path or nothing ahead of me. So it was more worry, but I convinced them, and now here we are. Many young kids who are seeing the path now. There are many parents of young kids who are seeing my path and encouraging their kids into the game of martial arts. And whether you put your child into martial arts or whatever, it allows them to go and conquer whatever they want to. Whether they want to conquer the fight game, they can. Whether they want to go and conquer the business game or whatever route they decide to take, training from martial arts will help them. So I'm happy that I have put martial arts in the spotlight in my country and shown it for what it is, true dedication and a beautiful discipline.